Imagine waking up on your birthday and finding a gift box that holds something worth $57 million. This is exactly what happened to Princess Catherine, and the story behind these jewels is enough to make the entire royal world stop and stare. It isn't just about sparkly stones. It is about a secret battle for power, a message from a foreign prince, and a scandal that is finally coming to light. You are watching The Palace Veil, and today we are uncovering the truth about the most expensive birthday gift in history and the shadows it casts on Meghan Markle. Before we get into all the juicy details about the diamonds and the secret yacht meetings, please take a moment to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. It really helps us bring you these deep dives into the palace, and you won't want to miss a single second of this 32-minute journey into the heart of the monarchy. The Prince and Princess of Wales recently did something very rare. They spoke out publicly to say a huge thank you to Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman and the country of Saudi Arabia. The reason for this big thank you was a birthday present for Princess Catherine that is almost too beautiful to be real. These are the Apollo and Artemis earrings. To most people, they might just look like very pretty jewelry, but they are much more than that. They are famous works of art and symbols of a very strong friendship between two of the most powerful royal families on Earth. For weeks, people who know a lot about jewelry and the royal family were whispering about a secret. They had heard that Catherine had received something incredible, but they weren't sure if it was true. Now, the palace has confirmed it. Catherine is now the owner of what might be the most valuable diamond earrings in the whole world. They were a personal gift from the powerful Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, often called MBS. News has shocked everyone who follows the royals because it shows just how much the world respects Catherine. These earrings are not like anything you would find in a normal jewelry store. They are famous gems that once broke world records. At a big auction in Geneva, they were sold for over $57 million. That is a price so high it is hard to even imagine. Catherine wore them for the first time during a quiet family dinner on January 9th to celebrate her 44th birthday. She didn't wear them to a big parade or a ball. She wore them privately with her family. It was a very elegant way to show off the gems, and only the people closest to her got to see them sparkle that night. But the meaning of these diamonds goes much deeper than just looking pretty. They are named after ancient gods. Apollo is the god of light and truth, and Artemis is the goddess of protection and the wild. Together, they represent a balance of strength and kindness. The Saudi royal family said they chose these names on purpose. They think Catherine shows these same qualities in her life. Strong when things are hard, she is a great leader, and she takes wonderful care of her family while also doing her big job for the country. Let's look closer at the diamonds themselves because they are truly amazing. The Apollo diamond is a deep blue color and weighs 54 carats. It is one of the purest blue diamonds ever found. The Artemis diamond is a bright pink color and weighs 16 carats. Even though it is smaller, it is incredibly rare. The diamonds are cut into different elegant shapes. They don't match perfectly, which is part of what makes them special. One represents the sun and the other represents the moon. One is about logic and the other is about instinct. By giving these to a future queen, the Saudi royals are saying they see her as someone who holds the world in balance. People who know both royal families say that King Salman and Queen Father of Saudi Arabia personally picked this gift. They see Catherine as a very important person who helps keep peace and friendship between Europe and the Middle East. This gift wasn't just a birthday present, it was a big political move. While King Charles is still getting better from his health issues, Prince William has been busy trying to make the royal family more modern. This gift from Saudi Arabia shows that other countries really trust William and Catherine. A few days before Catherine's birthday, Prince Mohammed bin Salman made a secret trip to London. At first, no one knew why he was there. Later, people found out there was a private dinner at Clarence's house. William, Catherine, Princess Anne, and Prince Edward were all there. People who were in the room said it was a very friendly night, but things got very interesting after the main meal was over. The Crown Prince reportedly said some things that made the room go very quiet. He was looking at a photo of Catherine wearing royal jewels at a different party. He said, "She wears state jewels with grace. Not all do. Some borrow, then vanish." Everyone knew he was talking about Meghan Markle, even if he didn't say her name. It was a very awkward moment that showed there is still a lot of tension under the surface. After that dinner, Prince Mohammed asked to do a big interview on a TV show called The View. That interview is supposed to come out soon, and people are already talking about what he might say. Some people say he talks about a time he met a famous actress on a private yacht a long time ago. He tells a story about a pair of earrings that were supposed to be for Queen Elizabeth, but this actress wore them without asking and didn't give them back properly. Even though the interview isn't out yet, many people think the actress is Meghan Markle. They think the earrings are the diamond ones she wore back in 2018. Those earrings were a gift from Saudi Arabia, but they were supposed to belong to the Queen, not to Meghan personally. Meghan wore them during a very controversial time, right after a sad event involving a journalist named Jamal Khashoggi. This made a lot of people angry back then, and now the story is coming back to haunt her. This is not the first time Meghan has been accused of keeping things that weren't hers. Even Victoria Beckham, the famous fashion designer, reportedly said something about this. She mentioned a blue dress that was borrowed and never returned. She said some people try to act important by using other people's things and names. At first, people thought it was just fashion gossip, but now that the Crown Prince is saying similar things, people are starting to connect the dots. Some sources even claim that back in 2018, Meghan tried to get luxury items by using Catherine's name. They say she reached out to a Saudi princess and pretended she was asking for earrings for Catherine, but she actually wanted them for herself. The royal family hasn't said if this is true or not, but their silence makes people think there might be some truth to it. In the upcoming interview on The View, the Crown Prince tells a story about meeting Meghan on a yacht before she was ever a duchess. He says he remembers her clearly because she acted like she was already a royal even though she wasn't. This makes it sound like she was trying very hard to get into powerful circles of people. It's very different from the story Meghan tells about herself, where she says she was just a hard-working actress who happened to fall in love with a prince. The most shocking part of the interview is when the Crown Prince confirms that those diamond earrings Meghan wore in Fiji were actually a gift for Queen Elizabeth. He says they were delivered in a special red box with the royal seal and were never meant for Meghan to keep. This goes against everything Meghan's team said before. They first said the earrings were borrowed from a jeweler, then they said they were from the Queen. Now, the person who actually gave the gift is saying something totally different. The Crown Prince said he was surprised and even a little offended when he saw pictures of Meghan wearing the earrings in Fiji. He didn't understand why she had them. She wore them just 3 days after the world found out about the trouble in Saudi Arabia, which made the royal family look bad. Wore them again for Prince Charles's 70th birthday party. Now that the truth is coming out, it changes how people see Meghan. She always tried to show that she was a person with high values who cared about being honest. But if she used her royal connections to get expensive jewelry and lied about where it came from, her whole image starts to fall apart. So far, Meghan hasn't said anything about these new claims, and neither has Prince Harry. But on the internet, everyone is talking about Earring Gate. People inside the palace say that the royal family is being very careful about how they handle this. It isn't just gossip anymore. It's about how royals are supposed to behave. The story of Meghan's rise to fame is starting to look very different to many people. There are whispers that the earring incident in 2018 was just one of many times she tried to get ahead by using other people's names. Some people say she is a social climber who changed the truth to make herself look better. More stories are coming out from the royal offices. They say that in April 2018, right before the royal wedding, someone sent a message to a Saudi princess. The message said that the Duchess of Cambridge, Catherine, wanted to borrow some earrings for a big event. But the message didn't come from Catherine's office. It came through a back door. The Saudi princess thought she was being nice by lending the jewelry to another royal woman. It wasn't until later that anyone realized the request might have been a trick. At the time, the palace was very worried. They wondered if Meghan was already using Catherine's name to get favors before she was even officially part of the family. This seems to match what Victoria Beckham said about the missing blue dress. Insiders think Meghan might have borrowed a sapphire gown for a charity party in 2018 and never gave it back. She might have even told the designers she was borrowing it for Catherine, who had just had a baby and couldn't go to the party. If this is true, it means Meghan used Catherine's name at least twice to get expensive things. Now, people are looking at Meghan's life before she met Harry and finding more gaps. There are months where no one knows where she was or what she was doing. Some think she was traveling to the Middle East to meet powerful people and move into elite social circles. The way Meghan handles these problems is always the same. She stays quiet or her team gives a confusing answer. But now that a crown prince is speaking out on TV, staying quiet might not work anymore. While Meghan is dealing with these rumors, her new brand, American Riviera Orchard, is trying to sell things like jam and marmalade. She made a video saying this year is about truth and light. But critics say you can't have truth if you are hiding things about the past. Meanwhile, Catherine is being praised all over the world. She's wearing her new Apollo and Artemis earrings, which show how much people trust her. She is seen as a symbol of elegance and honesty. This makes the difference between her and Meghan look even bigger. There are also rumors that things are not going well at home for Harry and Meghan in California. Some say Harry wants to go back to the UK to help his family while his father is sick. But Meghan doesn't want to go. She wants to stay in her big house in Montecito and run her businesses. This is causing big fights between them. Harry feels like he should be doing his duty, but Meghan feels like going back would be a step backward. Her business is also having some trouble. There was a computer glitch that showed they hadn't sold as many things as they said they did. This makes her look like she is trying to act more successful than she really is. Catherine's reputation is doing the opposite. In countries like Saudi Arabia, she is seen as a hero. People say she handles gifts with honor and doesn't just look for a chance to get something for herself. She and William are building very strong friendships with important families around the world. One person who works at the palace said Catherine is like a stabilizing force. She is getting ready to be the queen consort one day, and everyone thinks she will be great at it. The way she handles jewelry is a big part of that. She knows that every diamond has a story and a meaning, and she treats them with respect. The situation with Meghan's own family also makes her look bad. Her father, Thomas Markle, has been very sick. He had to have part of his leg removed and is in a special hospital. Though it was a big medical emergency, Meghan hasn't gone to see him or even called him. She sent a card through someone else, but that was it. This makes people wonder why she talks so much about being a kind and compassionate person in her brand, but she doesn't help her own father when he is suffering. The newspapers are full of stories about this. They say she sells jam but won't visit her dad. It makes her look like her kind image is just for the cameras. We are seeing now is a slow process of the world finding out who the real Meghan is. The stories from the Crown Prince have changed how people see her past. All the things she said about being a self-made woman are being questioned. People are asking why her story about the earrings kept changing. They are asking why she is so distant from her father. And they are asking if she used the royal family just to get famous and get free stuff. These are very hard questions, and they aren't going away. The palace is watching everything, but they are staying very calm. They don't want to get into a big public fight. They prefer to let the truth come out on its own. They are focusing on the future and on the people who are actually doing the work, like William and Catherine. A big meeting was held recently at the palace to talk about these problems. Prince William and Princess Anne were there, along with top lawyers and advisors. They weren't trying to find a way to attack Meghan. Instead, they wanted to figure out how to protect the royal family's reputation. They want to make sure the world knows that the monarchy is about service, not about being a celebrity. One of the big decisions they made was to retire the earrings Meghan wore in 2018. They are now tucked away in a vault and won't be used again because they are tainted. This is a very strong way for the palace to say they don't agree with what happened. Over in New York, the people who make the show The View are getting ready for a huge episode. The interview with the Crown Prince was filmed with a lot of security. People who have seen it say he mentions Meghan by name and says she has a habit of taking without asking. The legal teams are checking every word to make sure they don't get sued. But they say you can't be sued for telling the truth about something you saw with your own eyes. This interview is going to be a massive deal for royal watchers all over the world. It signals a big change. The world is no longer just listening to Meghan's side of the story. They are listening to the people she met along the way. While all this drama is happening, Prince William is showing that he is a strong leader. He invited the Crown Prince to a big economic meeting in London. This shows that the friendship between the two countries is very strong, regardless of the earring scandal. It tells everyone that the royal family is moving forward and won't be slowed down by personal drama. Meghan's past is being treated like a closed book. The palace is moving on, and it seems the rest of the world is starting to move on too. In California, things are much more stressful. Meghan's team is getting smaller, and she is losing some of her big business partners. Some people think she is feeling desperate. Catherine, on the other hand, is becoming more popular than ever. She doesn't need to do big interviews or sell jam. She just does her job and stays kind. Her choice to wear the Apollo and Artemis earrings was a very smart move. It showed she is grateful for her friends and that she understands how to be a diplomat. She is showing the world what a real queen looks like. Even when she does small things like going to a charity dinner for families with cancer, she does it with grace. She doesn't bring a camera crew with her. She just goes to help. When photos of her at those events leaked, the world saw her glowing with those beautiful earrings, but they also saw her glowing with kindness. This whole saga is a lesson in character. It shows that you can't just act like a royal. You have to actually be one in your heart. Catherine has earned the trust of the world by being consistent and honest. Meghan is losing that trust because her stories don't always match up. The Apollo and Artemis earrings will always be a symbol of Catherine's success. They represent a new age of the royal family, one that is built on respect and truth. A note that came with the earrings said, "You are the Artemis of your time." This means they see her as a protector and a leader. It is a title she has truly earned. When the interview finally aired on The View, it was very calm and direct. The Crown Prince didn't yell or act mean. He just told the facts. He confirmed that the earrings were for the Queen and that they were used without permission. This was the final piece of the puzzle for many people. The internet was full of people talking about the borrowed crown. Public opinion has really changed. People who used to feel sorry for Meghan are now starting to feel disappointed. They see that the underdog story might not have been entirely true. The palace even updated their official records to show that Catherine's new earrings are a gift to the nation, which is the proper way to handle such things. Meghan's lifestyle brand is now facing a lot of skepticism. People are wondering if they can trust her products if they can't trust her story. It is a tough spot to be in. In the end, this story is about more than just expensive diamonds. It is about what happens when you try to take shortcuts to power. Catherine has taken the long, steady road, and it has led her to a place of great honor. Meghan took a faster, more colorful road, but it seems to be leading to a lot of questions and broken trust. The truth has a way of coming out even if it takes years. The royal family, the truth is their greatest strength. As we continue to watch this story unfold, it is clear that Catherine is the one who will lead the monarchy into the future. She has the grace, the strength, and the integrity that the world expects from a queen. Meghan will have to find a way to rebuild her life and her brand, but it won't be easy with so many shadows from the past. The Apollo and Artemis earrings will continue to sparkle on Catherine, reminding everyone of the importance of honor and friendship. We want to hear what you think about this whole situation. Do you think the Crown Prince was right to speak out? Do you think Meghan should return the items people say she kept? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We love hearing from our community. Also, don't forget to share this video with your friends and click the next one on your screen to keep up with all the latest from the Palace Vale. The truth always speaks the loudest, and we are here to make sure you hear it. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next video.